Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live. Going to give some updates on the motorhome issue. Been crawling around underneath the motorhome, on top of the motorhome, and covered in grease and dirt. It's been a long day. Time to take a break. Hi, Jane. How are you? I got good news. The motorhome charges. After about a 3-hour alternator repair, I got it fixed. Now all I've got to do is get the house batteries. I got it done. I put a new alternator on it. It seemed to take care of the problem. At least I can drive it now. So sometime this week, I'm driving it up to the RV dealership, and they are going to fix the rest of the wiring because I'm kind of at a standstill, and I really don't know where to go from here. So got to give in and pay the professionals. So what are you up to today? I gotta clean it out for the 30-mile trip. So no, I didn't charge myself $500 an hour. Not like the guy that diagnosed it. But at least I knew what was wrong with it. So the local parts store, they don't know how to look up parts for this thing because it's a mess of different breeds of a motorhome. So anyway, we got a part number off the old alternator, and I fought and fought and fought, and I finally got her. That's not a fun thing. Hi, Ralph. I guess that's the way you pronounce it. From Switzerland. How are you? I found it on Marketplace probably about 5 years ago. We've used it several times. We took it to North Carolina. Hello, Patty left. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Lassie, have I ever been to Europe? No, I have not. I've always talked about going to Italy. I've got some friends that came to the States to visit. But anyway, back to the motorhome. We've taken it to North Carolina. We went to Mayberry Days. We've taken it down to Mississippi on vacation, and it's been pretty good. I haven't had very much problem with it, other than water lines. But being as I put new water lines in it, I hope I don't have that issue anymore. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I kind of take that as a compliment, Green Hub. I know about the sick animals. It's hard to leave them. What time is it? It is, I'm going to say about 4:20. It's all in fun, Green Hub. As long as you keep it clean, we're okay. Mr. Alien, how are you? Were you the one yesterday that escaped from Area 51? And where I'm at, it's 4:15. So the government hasn't caught up with you yet. Big Food Channel. That's a cool name. Is that your GPS coordinates? Did I watch Breaking Bad? Yes, I loved it. I've watched the series twice. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your pup dying. I am from Missouri in the USA. We've lost 2 pups this year, so I understand. Better Call Saul? Yes, I've watched that twice also. Tatty Tail, how are you? Riper Gaming. I guess that's the way you pronounce it. Who are you talking about? Me or someone else? Did I cry? Yes, I cried when my dogs died. My dogs are like my kids. Trying to keep up on this. Am I eating at Burger King tonight? No. But I would if there was one close. We don't have any close. Yeah, Better Call Saul's a good series. A lot of twists and turns. Hello, Trouble Prince. Can you subscribe? Yeah, you can subscribe, sure. I welcome all subscribers. And if you need help growing your channel, I will also in return subscribe to you. Thank you, Trouble Prince. I would really appreciate it. Where are you from, Trouble? And dogs are part of the family, at least in my household. They have no restrictions. They sleep in the bed. They get on the furniture. They are one of the family. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Crystal. I've got a wasp buzzing around my head. What is my favorite thing to cook? I don't know. I'm kind of partial to spaghetti. Hello, Hockey. How are you? Hello, Greta Garbage. Oh, sorry to hear. Sorry. Not too bad. I just got done putting an alternator on a motorhome. That was not a fun job, nor do I ever want to do it again. Sorry to hear that, Elias. One of the pups I had that passed away this year, we had for 24 years. The last 2 years of his life, he was diabetic and blind. But he was still independent. He was able to come and go, get through the doggy door, go outside, come back in without any help. Yeah, he was a tough one. The other one, he was uh, an old lab pit bull. Well, not lab pit bull. He was a lab and chow, and all of our animals are either shelter or they're all adoption dogs. And this one here was turned into the animal shelter. An elderly lady, like 80, I think she was like 85 years old. She just couldn't handle him anymore. He was like 110 pounds when we got him. And we knew he's a big black dog and old. And chances of him actually getting adopted from a shelter was pretty much slim to none. So, with him being 10 years old, we went ahead and adopted him. We had him for about 4 years, and he ended up with that typical rear legs, rear end uh, weakness, and he wasn't able to get around anymore, so we had to break down and put him down. Hi, RCN Edster. That's good. Glad to hear he's doing well. Hi, Dirk, Coco. Sounds like you're proud of that, Coco. Yep, if you have pups, that's part of it, I guess. Texas. I am from Missouri in the United States. We just adopted another one the other day. I actually got a little short video of him. And his name is Bug. He's about 8 years old. I am in southwest Missouri. Where are you from, RC? No, I do not smoke. Smoking will kill you. Hello, Kellen from South Africa. Crash Bar, what is up? Summersville. Okay, Mountain View's not too far away. Probably just a little over an hour. I wasn't for sure where Summersville was. Metal as in music. I'm doing good, bro. get it spit out. Brush crash bar. That's easier. I'll just call you Logan. But hell, I can't keep you guys straight. You are changing your name. Row Warrior. Oh, if you knew what you were saying, I'd respond, but I don't have a clue. Black Sabbath. Yeah, well, I could do some Black Sabbath. That's cool. All right, you two. New York. I don't know nothing about South Africa, so I really don't know what to think, I guess. We try not to talk about religion or politics on lives because we're all different. We all have difference of opinion, and people seem to get upset when you talk about them. Hi, riders. San Diego. That's a place I've always wanted to go. I understand you have a killer zoo there. Takes more than one day to check out. Like little Leonard Skinner. Why, thank you, Dante. I guess the way you pronounce it. Cool. Yeah, it took me a while, and just so you know, when you get your subs, you have to like 24 hours in advance to get approved from YouTube before you can actually do one. So just wanted you to be aware. I was not aware of that when I tried to do one. Lincoln. Lincoln, what state? Lincoln Avenue. Yeah, we have nothing against religion. But it seems like religion and politics are a touchy subject to some people. So we try to keep everything neutral. Tony, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, Tony, you're from New York or New Jersey? Is that right? Or am I wrong? Hey, Everyday Carrie, how are you? You still have a cool handle. I love it. Long Island. Okay. So I did get it right then. New York. Long Island's pretty expensive to live at, isn't it? Well, thank you, Everyday Carrie. I bet. I can never live there because I'm a tightwad. Wow. That's a long drive every day, riders. I've been to Vegas. Pretty cool town. Rogue Warrior, buddy, we cannot understand you. You may have to translate your text. That's one way to fix it. You're blue now, Tony. Janie, he probably didn't understand what we were saying either. Yes, it's American. Where are you from? The band. I can't pronounce your name. The Bandio. Yeah, Ohio is quite a ways from Nevada. Have I ever thought about teaching disabled dogs how to walk? I've thought about it, but quite honestly, I probably wouldn't have the patience to it, and it breaks my heart to see an animal suffer. Yeah, I've heard some huskies before. They have quite a voice. I don't know what to think about Germany. I have never been there. I'm sure you guys are like every other country. You have some very beautiful things and some that are not. I lived in Tennessee for a while, in eastern Tennessee. Uh, it was pretty cool. I lived around the Knoxville area. I used to work EMS there. I am from Missouri, and I am a retired deputy sheriff. Now, I actually work in Maryville, Tennessee, which is the county, the county south of Knoxville. Um, it's, I mean, it's still pretty good size, but now that's been many years ago, so I'm sure it's grown. Um, it's on the fringe of the tourist area, kind of the back way to get to um, Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge and stuff. You can go the back way to it. Uh, but it's a beautiful area. Knoxville's a pretty large city. Hello, Rizzler. Hello, John. I think real estate's booming everywhere for the most part. They just seem like they keep building more and more apartments up where we're at. The mountain coaster. Yes, we have a mountain coaster close to us. That would be in Branson where that mountain coaster is. Yeah, John, but they're all still freaking high. Here they can't build them fast enough. What's up, Tequila Sunset? Yeah, I think it stuff's stupid expensive everywhere. I like yesterday when we was driving to Springfield. Man, there's some high dollar homes. I'm gonna guess are probably a million plus. Hey, Classic, how are you? Well, welcome, Rishi. Thanks, Shane. I can't keep up. Blah, blah. I can't keep up with everybody. So, what are you up to today, John? Thanks for the beer. Um, Probably. There's a good chance I'll be on his live. Yeah, yeah, I can understand that. I don't see how people afford a $500,000 home. I'm glad mine's paid for. So one of these days I'll sell everything out and I'll be set. I'll move to Mexico where everything's cheap. Well, it's a kind of a rewarding job, Tony. There are a lot of headaches and a lot of stress on the family doing it. I spent 22 years before that. I was a paramedic for 13 years. So most of my career has been in public service. Well, Mexico may be empty now. More land to pick up. No, but I've actually kicked around the thought of Belize, to be honest about it. It's a, hey, Daryl, um, English speaking country, lower cost of living. Water in Mexico is expensive. Is that what you mean, Jane? Hey, Gary. We'll probably end up staying. Wife's got a couple more years of, uh, of work till I get the government insurance, if you know what I mean. Well, I'm glad you got $50. You want to loan me some? John, this is how I kind of get my subscribers because the others are not coming in very good, and I usually get at least one or two from a live. I know they're not the most exciting, but we got to do what we got to do to get what we need, right? Hey, Richard, what'd you do today, Daryl? Appreciate that, Tony. Sand the Ford. Yeah, you know what I said to you the other day. Sanding is not my forte. Plus, my quality of paint's more like spray bombing. Hey, Jane, we all got to drive something. I've got a Ford in my garage sitting on blocks. I know that's where most of them are at, so. Cool, 23 on my phone. You know, anymore, ain't none of them worth a damn, in my opinion. They're all overpriced junk anymore. Once we got out of the 60s and 70s, the cars have never been the same. They have no character. They're cookie cutter. Hey, Eden. 24 on mine too, Richard. I can understand that bank account statement thing. 64 Impala. Yep. That's a nice car. Yep, I've thought about buying an older car fixed up, but my gosh, I looked at one the other day. It was like 60 grand, and it really wasn't that special. But yeah, Tony, I like the 67 too. The flashback's what I like. Everybody's a Chevy fan, Eden. Everybody. As far as the new Chevys go, I wouldn't give you a plug nickel for them. I had a Blazer drive by me the other day, a new Blazer. And the thing looked just like my Toyota. And it didn't look like an SUV. Yeah, Eden, the 60 car were better. They didn't have the airbags, but they had some metal in them that would stop stuff. I am going to take the motorhome in sometime this week. Their projected work on a date is September the 2nd, but they said they would, if I brought it up there and left it, that they would get it worked in. So I really hate to admit defeat, but at least I got the alternator on it and I can drive it up there. Hi, Anna. That's a bonus. That'll save me $1,000 to $1,200. Hey, Grease Spot. Nothing, just sitting here talk about it. I just got done working on the motorhome, putting an alternator on it. Not a fun job. I wouldn't recommend anybody that. Crawling underneath it and getting up inside of it, laying on the motor, and yeah, not fun. Well, welcome from Germany. Well, had a couple people from Germany in here tonight, or this evening, or afternoon. Jane, you're going to be my official timekeeper if that's all right. What time is it now? I don't want to run into Never Done Projects time. You like my glasses? They cost $1 at the dollar store. $5.45. Thank you, Jane. Hello, Hellhound. I appreciate you guys keeping some of the riffraff down. Hello, Jim. Alice, how are you? And probably, Tony, it's probably a lot of the same people with different names. But that's why I appreciate you guys helping me. Now that's not nice, Hellhound. That's actually rude. Okay, Ninja, whatever you think, buddy. Standard air on. Yeah, that's true, Tony. I don't know what to think about Jeffrey Dahmer. I heard he liked bologna. That's all I know. Thank you, Lee. Yes, I can read a tape measure. Can you? Thank you, David. That's true. I don't have the time. I told Randy yesterday, I know you guys are aware, I'm trying to get 500 subscribers so I can compete in the No Name Nationals in September. If I really want to, if I don't, it's not the end of the world. You know, I started this channel as a hobby. I don't ever plan on being monetized. If I am, great. If not, that's fine too. I'm always working on stuff. So I figured I might as well tape some of it. So, guys, it said my phone said it's getting hot. So I don't know if this is going to shut down or what, but we're going to keep going until it does. Yeah, I said I was gonna make 200 YouTube accounts and subscribe to myself. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. I really do. Where are you from, Lee? Hello from India. I like Italian. That is my favorite. Ninja. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to take the cover off my phone and maybe it'll help cool it down.